Let's talk about Splenda. Splenda, the artificial sweetener. Great information today. I'm going to call this Splenda evil. So we're going to be talking about the new or the latest study about Splenda because, as you may not know, I'm certainly not a proponent of using Splenda as a sweetener or an alternative to sugar because I know that it causes dysbiosis. It actually damages your gut bacteria, your microbiome. That's not actually within the study. Within the study, let's talk about this. New study came out, and of course, as you know, Splenda is one of the most common alternative sweeteners that's in food and beverages today, and yet it's a pretty major problem, and yet the FDA says it's safe. Well, I would beg to differ. So this study is really, really interesting. And so let's talk about it. So sucralose, first of all, is a sugar substitute that's 600 times sweeter than sugar. It's made by replacing 3 hydrogen atoms with 3 chlorine atoms. And what that does is it makes sucralose indigestible, and therefore it shouldn't raise your blood sugar. Of course, there has been information about that your body, your digestive enzymes tend to break down those bonds and pull off some of those chlorine atoms, and hence it can be problematic for us because chlorine's not a really good thing in our bodies, but that's another topic. Let's talk about what this study says. The study is published in the Journal of Toxicology and Environmental Health, Part B, found that sucralose can actually damage your DNA, which then sets you up for all kinds of terrible illnesses, from cancers to all sorts of chronic problems and diseases, as well as number 2, it does cause leaky gut. You've heard of leaky gut. Well, if you haven't heard of it, let me tell you about leaky gut, because we do this and deal with this all the time. So within your small intestinal lining, you have enterocytes, small intestinal cells, and they should be held together tightly. And there's this thing that's called tight junctions between your cells. And those tight junctions can get damaged by various things. In this case, sucralose can damage those tight junctions, and it breaks apart the protein there, which is called zonulin. And zonulin, you can measure that in a stool test, a special stool test that we do here at the office called the GI map. So high levels of zonulin in your stool is the proof that you have leaky gut. So imagine that just by doing Splenda, now there's 3 items there, causes dysbiosis, damages your good probiotic bacteria that should be in your gut, as well as it causes DNA damage, which can set you up for cancer and other terrible illnesses, but also causes leaky gut. And have leaky gut, have bad bugs in your gut, that is the root cause of many, if not most, autoimmune issues. So I would say that gut problems can cause heart disease, cancer, autoimmune disease, as well as neurodegenerative diseases. So Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, multiple sclerosis, those are autoimmune brain issues. So we do not want to do sucralose. So let me tell you, the research found that sucralose causes DNA damage, and it forms a chemical that's called sucralose 6-acetate. And that's produced when sucralose is digested, and it's shown to be genotoxic, which means it can damage your DNA. Not a good thing. And imagine the amount of products today, I don't want to call them foods, maybe I should call them foods, but are sweetened. Foods are sweetened, as well as beverages are sweetened with sucralose. Not a good thing. And it certainly exceeds this particular sucralose 6-acetate exceeds the levels, the safety levels in Europe. I don't know why it's not observed here in the FDA, here in the United States. So then what does it mean for you? The FDA considers sucralose still to be a safe thing, so I would say and highly suggest do not do anything with sucralose. Matter of fact, look at your ingredient list. Become a label reader. That's really, really important. The sweeteners that actually are acceptable and have stood the test of time, do not do any and cause any problems in your body would be stevia, as well as monk fruit. Stevia, monk fruit. Those are the only options for you. So let me give you now a list of foods that you should just completely avoid that contain sucralose. Ready for this list? Diet sodas like Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, and Sprite Zero. Sugar-free chewing gum like Trident, Orbit, Extra. Sugar-free candy like Sweet Tarts, Skittles, and Life Savers. Now notice the phrase sugar-free. Sugar-free yogurt like Yoplait Light, Dannon Light, and Fit. Sugar-free pudding like Jell-O sugar-free, Snack Pack sugar-free. Sugar-free baked goods like cookies, cakes, and muffins you want to avoid like the plague. Iced drinks like Crystal Light, Kool-Aid, and Powerade Zero. There's another brand that's called Sparkling Ice, and they're yummy drinks. They have all sorts of wonderful flavors, and you go, wow, this is so good. But it's from the Hensley Beverage Company, Sparkling Ice. Look at the ingredients in the label. It's going to say Splenda. Do not do Splenda. And it's important to note that not all products are labeled as sugar-free or diet that contain sucralose. So you want to really be a label reader. Check the labels. So some products use other sugar substitutes such as aspartame, not good, NutraSweet. It actually has big problems going on for the brain. Acetylsulfame potassium, saccharin. Saccharin is associated with causing cancer. So if you're concerned about these potential health risks, like I said, look at the ingredients, read the labels carefully. Hope this helps you. I would say, because I absolutely do nothing, if I'm going to do some sort of sweetener, I do Splenda. And if you give Splenda about a week or two, it doesn't taste any different than sugar. The aftertaste that people complain about, it's not a problem at all. It's an herb, doesn't cause any problems. So if you need any help with your health challenges, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. My goal is, of course, to always help people optimize their health and wellness, as well as shutting down and solving root causes of illnesses. So I'd love to hear questions or comments from you. You can email me at draugustine@gmail.com. That's my email address. You can reach out to my office at 562-860-3404. I'm also doing video podcasts, so you can maybe look at my YouTube channel. YouTube channel is Dr. Jim Cares, Dr. Jim Cares, all one word. Give me a subscription there, like and subscribe to this video, that'd be great. And I'm also on social media, Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube. Podcasting, Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Subscribe to my channel there, that'd be great. And my name is Dr. Augustine from Head to Wellness. I hope this helps. Let me know, and we'll see you next week.